Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today on Alex Builds we're taking a look at the ModelModz replacement finger joints for the build the Terminator. So this is a mod that's been in demand for quite some time now. With the Hachette regular fingers, they just were flopping all over the place. They did try and fix that and used smaller pins and rubber sleeves. The problem was the rubber sleeves are altering in diameter, so some fingers are okay, some fingers they're just flopping all over the place. So yeah, we'll take a look at what we actually get with the ModelModz finger joint fix. So let's have a look. So first let's take a look at the packaging. This is the packaging you get. It does come in a lovely little box just like this. It has got the Build the Terminator T800 written at the top, so you know what you're getting. It does have a print of the Terminator on there and what we're actually getting. So in this one we're getting 1:2 scale replacement finger joints. It's very much in keeping with their other designs for the Build the Terminator series. This is a replacement painted teeth, and as you can see the box art is very similar and it also makes it look nicer. So you can actually display these boxes one by one if you want to next to each other on your shelf, so everyone knows you've been getting your ModelModz replacement parts. So when you open up the box, what you're going to be greeted with is loads of little screws here, and they are Allen key screws, and they do supply you with the Allen key required to use these. This will enable us to lock those fingers into place so they do not move whatsoever. So if you want it to hold the gun, we can have it holding the gun. These are the finger inserts, what we're going to screw into and be able to get it a nice tight fit. And also they send us some washers, and I'll show you what they're for in just a second. And we also get the required Allen key. So with all the parts that are supplied with this kit, it does enable us to fix two problems that have been happening with the fingers. So the first one, we're going to need the inserts and the screws, and they're going to enable us to lock the fingers into place so they will not move. So if you want it to hold the gun or anything else, a can of Coke, anything, it will hold it for you. With the washers, what that's going to do is that's going to stop the curve, because the fingers aren't actually straight, they curve. So this will enable us to have straight fingers, because if you get your Terminator hand, it does that. Rather, it doesn't close into a fist properly. It does that. With this mod, it'll help us basically be able to make a fist just like that. So I'm really excited to have this mod here for you guys today, and a massive thank you must go out to Chloe and Corey for sending me these to review for you guys, so thank you very much for that. If you want to head over to their website, you can have a look at all the mods they do. So with the Terminator, they do the replacement eyes, the replacement teeth, the replacement wrist joints, and also now the replacement finger joints. So as you can see, I do have all 4 Terminator mods right here to review for you. I've already done the replacement teeth, so that is now up on the YouTube channel. You can go and check that out, and you can go and get yourself a set of them. Today we're doing the replacement finger joints, and we've also got the replacement wrist joints and the replacement eyes. So I'll probably have the replacement wrist joints up next, and then we'll do the eyes. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is actually bring in the Terminator itself, and this thing is getting absolutely massive now and really heavy. So it's going to be quite awkward for me to show you how to do these fingers with the Terminator assembled as it is. So what I'm going to actually do is if you look down here, we have got one screw. I can remove this screw, and that will enable me to move the whole Terminator out and just work on this arm. So I'm going to remove this screw, but turn this round so I can get access. This is a step you don't have to do if you're doing it. I'm just mainly doing it for the purpose of this video, so I can give you guys the best angles possible so you can see exactly what we're doing. So let's get this screw out and I'll show you where we're working. Just like that, that will pop off. Now we can slide this off, we'll store this to the side, and this is what we're left with. So it's a lot easier to work with just this little piece here rather than use the whole Terminator. So you don't have to do that step, like I said, but this is just for the purpose of this video. So now I can get this all in camera and you can see. So now we've got the hand separated, we can see the problems that we're having. It's just flopping everywhere, especially this one. This is the loosest one I've got. It just flops everywhere. This one is nice and stiff, this one is nice and stiff, but yeah, this pinky one here and this one here, so floppy. So if you're waiting for the actual Hachette finger fix that they were supposed to supply, I believe it was in issue 41, I wouldn't bother waiting for that, and I would go straight to this finger fix here. So first off, we're going to get one of the fingers off and we're going to run through it step by step. So the first finger we're going to take off, let's take off the little pinky. So we'll grab that and we'll just pull the pin out, and now we can wibble wobble this off. It is rather tight, be very careful because remember the actual palm is plastic, so we don't want to break that. Could you use your screwdriver to push the pin out? Let's have a look. Yes, you could. So it has pushed it out a bit for me, and there we go, we've got that finger off. Okay, so now we've got the finger separated, what we need to do is actually remove the old pins. So first thing we're going to do is going to take a pair of pliers and we're going to put it on the metal side. You've got a plastic side and the metal side. We're not going to be keeping these pins, so it doesn't really matter, but it's easier to get the plastic side, the metal side, sorry, and snap that glue off. We don't want to break the actual thing, but we want to break the glue that we put inside there to keep this pin in. The reason I say go for the metal side is because the pin is actually really tiny and it might be easier for you to get out. So we're going to take this side out. We'll keep our fingers in order so we know exactly the way we're going. And what you want to do is have your pliers to the side at the top here and just give it a little push, and that should come out nice and smooth. Now we can grab it at the top and out it comes. And that is the sleeve just there that is differing in size, and that's why we're getting the loose joints. So we can get rid of them one by one and keep going, working your way down, trying to get these joints out. We're going to keep working our way down until we can get all of this pin out of there. One more go, and then we've just got the fingertip. We're going to leave the actual main fingertip part on, don't take that off. So now we've got all our finger parts, all our old pins are out, and we've got it still in the order that it was in. We can take these finger parts and throw them away, we don't need them anymore. So now we're going to be bringing in these little tiny pieces here and these little screws here. We're also going to need 2 washers. So what you're going to want to do is take one of the little screws and preload it into the insert there, because what that's going to do is going to enable us to push this in and it will hold it for us just like that. So if you didn't do that, what it will do, it will make your life so much harder, is because that will just go straight through and come out the other side just like that. So we need to preload them first and it'll make your job 10 times easier. So preload that in, 2 washers now in each joint. So there's number 1 and there's number 2, just like that. Now we can take the next piece, apply that on, and we're going to need another screw to go in the back here. So we can load that in and start that screw in. I'm not going to tighten them all up till the end, so I know I've got them all in with their washers. So I'm going to leave it loose. I'm going to move to the next one. Doesn't matter which way you put it round, you don't have to alternate them no more, because both sides are identical and we don't have to worry about that anymore. Put that on, get the next screw, and screw that in. Just going to get them started on the actual threads themselves, just like that. I'm going to tighten them, don't worry, I'm going to tighten them up in a minute. And then the last one, we can go through the top here and through the side. Remembering to put our washers on. There's number 1 and there is number 2. Just like that. And now the other side, put that on, and lastly one of these screws. Right, so now we've got them in, we can start tightening these up, and it will actually lock these into place for us. So let's do that up a couple of threads, do this one up a couple of threads, and so on. just like that. So you can have it a little bit loose if you want, so you can move the fingers, or you can lock them completely and go extra tight on each side. Just like that, and that is not going anywhere. So now we've got our finger all completed. Now we need to get it back onto the hand. So we're going to take this, and this is going to go underneath this one. So I'm going to put this into here, and I'm going to keep my finger on the bottom of it. I'm going to push that up there like that, and now I can put the screw straight in the top there. Nice and easy. Just like that. Now I can tighten this up with my Allen key. I've done 2 threads. Make sure you alternate each side that you're doing, because you'll find that you get a tighter joint crimp on that. That finger now in place. I'm going to do exactly the same as I did with this finger with each and every one. So once you've done all the fingers, this is what you should have, and as you can see, we've done each and every finger the exact same way, putting 2 washers in between and tightening the nuts on each side. This does actually make it a bit more screen accurate as well, because they did have spacers in the actual screen used Terminator, and the fingers are now straight as well. As you can see, it does look a lot better than what we had before, when we had these pins here and these sleeves. It does look a lot better than having these in there, and just having the old the plain pin. Now we've got, it looks like it's been machined together properly. So that's it for this video, guys. I'm sure you'll agree the hand is looking so much better. Here it is all the way over here. I don't know what it was before, but there was something a little off about the Terminator hand. It didn't look right. I think that was because the fingers weren't straight, but now they are. It does actually look 10 million times better. And the fingers don't wobble around. They're nice and secure in their place. So I'm going to leave this off the actual Terminator for now, and I'm going to be putting it on in the next video, because we're going to be doing the wrist joint. So it'll be a bit easier for me to show you how to do it on camera with that off. So I'm going to leave it off just for now. And next video we'll reattach it. So yeah, thank you to ModelModz for actually coming up with this mod. If you do want to pick up this mod, go over to their website. It's on there now. It doesn't matter if you're building the Hachette version or the Agora models version. This will fit both, because they're the exact same model. So go and pick this up now for modelmodz.com. It's a must-have. So thank you for joining me, guys, and thank you to ModelModz for actually bringing this mod out. No one wants a floppy-fingered Terminator, and now we don't have to. So go and get yourself a set. I'd highly recommend it. So if you like this video, please give it a like. Also, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Bye bye.